Grab our seats. Come on in, be seated. About 4 minutes and get going. We got a lot of things to do this afternoon. Come on in and grab your chair.
I don't have all. Right, yeah. Okay.
2 minutes, we're gonna start.
Yeah, good idea. I've got about 3 stacked up already. Yeah, Thanks for watching.
That's called a president.
Sergeant at Arms, please recognize the colors of our country. Be seated. Continue on with our reports. Glenn Mueller, Operation Post Home.
Operation Post Home. I have got a certificate for each and the 10 districts for one post out of each that I've recognized for different activities that they do. For the first district, I would like to recognize Post 92 out of Rochester here for the work that they do to putting on these department conventions. I believe this is their fourth one, or at least their third that I know that I've been here. And they do an outstanding job. If they did not have the help of the city and the county, they would not be able to do such a great job. So after I'm done here, I'll give out the certificates. Second district, Post 132 in New Ulm, for their dedication of doing such a great job with Legion Baseball and all their baseball teams. Post 225, Forest Lake, for their dedication of their flag retirement ceremonies that they do. I believe this year they burnt right around 100 or 1,500 plus flags. Or 15,000?
Fourth district. Fourth district.
Okay, sorry. Post 39, North St. Paul, for the work that they continually do on working with the homeless veterans. Post 435, Richfield, for the lawn mowing services that they do for the veterans that need the help. Post 46 for Little Falls, for the help that they've done down there in the Preston New Veteran Cemetery. It's greatly appreciated. Post 167 of Wilmore, for their work on bringing home a World War II veteran from France, who was an MIA by the use of the DNA this past Memorial time. What a great honor it is to bring back a person and have him retired in his home. Post 415, Moose Lake, for their work on surrounding schools, making sure that they have flags in their schoolrooms and teaching flag etiquette. Schools such as Barnum and Sandstone, as well as Moose Lake. What a great honor it is to make sure that these kids learn the flag etiquette. Post 117, Thief River Falls, for the continuing work on their Eagle Scouts. They seem to have a lot of Eagle Scouts that do wonders, and they do a great job of doing it. Post 102, Anoka, for the work that they do for their local food shelves, making sure that there's plenty of food to get out to the hungry people. What a difference it makes for each of us. Thank you, and that completes my report.
Thanks, Glenn.
Bob Mace isn't here. See Bob. Colin Wilson Spence, the Rehab Board. You're on the program, come up.
Good afternoon. The Department of Minnesota VA&R Committee consists of a 5-committee person with 1 elected chairman each year. The committee members this year are Luke Wyandotte, Darrell Rodapenning, Bill Brockberg, Don Smith, and myself, Wilson Spence, as chairman. This year's committee activity started off with the Department Service Officer and Department VA&R Committee Secretary Tom Newman transitioning out of the organization in October, leaving Jeremy Wolfstetter as the interim DSO and secretary to the Rehab Committee. At that time, Jeremy had 6 years as assistant DSO, along with the understanding and experience as the DSO while Mr. Newman was away. Jeremy accepted the DSO position in February and soon after created a position within the department that would be the VA&R administrative assistant. Heather Larson was selected after multiple interviews, and Heather started on March 1st this year. Our committee's activities were for December. Department Rehab Committee hosted the National VA&R Director and Deputy Director of Healthcare out to the St. Cloud VA healthcare system for a town hall meeting and a 2-day site visit. At the end of the site visit, the department commander and National OCW Director presented an Operation Comfort Warriors grant to St. Cloud in the amount of $8,000. January this year, the Rehab Committee hosted the annual Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs American Legion Claims Division Appreciation Luncheon at Post 435 in Richfield, Minnesota. Our partnership with the Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs allows us to serve veterans above and beyond federal and state benefits. It allows us to stay active in all aspects of veterans programs, benefits, services at all levels. Over 2,300 appointments and 120 hearings are just a few numbers of veterans represented through our partnership with the Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs this year. In March, the committee hosted the National VA&R Director and leadership on a department site visit at the St. Paul Regional Office, Vision 23 Healthcare Network Office, and the St. Cloud Fort Snelling Upper Post Housing for Homeless Veterans. In April, the committee site visits to Silver Bay Veterans Home and Duluth and the Duluth, Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, or MACV, office. In May, the committee site visits to Fargo VA Healthcare System and the Fergus Falls Veterans Home. We also had the Department Nurses Training Grant selection presentations. This year, we selected 7 nurses to receive a $500 scholarship each out of 4 out of Minneapolis VA Medical Center, 1 out of Fargo, and 2 out of St. Cloud. I'd like to finish my report by announcing the winners of the Post-Service Officer Meritorious Awards and the Department Pat Cliff winner for most contributions to serving veterans in all aspects of the VA&R pillar of the American Legion. The meritorious winners I will call, and Jeremy Wolfstetter will be down here. And if you hear your name called, please come down and receive from Jeremy and Heather. And if you don't hear your name called, I would appreciate it if the district commander would come down and pick up the award. Out of the 2nd District, Joel Nelson, Post 33. Out of District 3, John Wieseler, Post 123. District 4, Robert Bowen, Post 542. District 5, Raymond Iden, Post 555. District 6, Dale Lance, Post 142. Larry Snodgrass, Post 308 for District 7. District 8, Marvin Hill, Post 239. And District 9, Les Hendricks for Post 16. And this year, the National Award for the Pat Cliff Award. The Pat Cliff Award is presented each year to the Department of Minnesota's top post or district service officer. For 2016, it is Robert Bowen, District 4, Post 542. And if Robert is here, please come up to the podium.
Commander will come up. There he is. District Commander.
National Committeeman Ronning is going to help me present the award. Commander, you can help too.
You got to slide this chair up.
I understand.
Is that it? Thanks for your report. A couple announcements. Anthony Dean, the policeman this morning that was recognized, receives a per diem or a mileage per diem from the convention committee. He returned that check. If you'd like to have it go to Legionville. The Department Sergeant at Arms has 2 cards back there. They're going to be circulated around the hall to go to Tom Lannon, who wasn't able to be with us at this convention. Tom's having a tough time, so please pass the cards around, get them signed, and we'll see that he gets them. Mr. Welser has graciously accepted to be here, and I hope at the end of the convention he's still happy he did this. Okay. Now we're going to call on our chaplain. He has an award to present.
Thank you, Commander. This doesn't happen very often that the chaplain gets a chance to give this award. For the posts that know it's available, it is there for your chaplains. And it's the Father L.J. Farton Trophy. And to earn this trophy, there are simple acts that a chaplain has to perform and do for his post. And I know that all of you in your posts have excellent chaplains, and in your districts, because I've seen them. But some of the examples that you're judged on, we'll use as the special occasion in February, honoring the 4 chaplains of World War II, and Veterans Day, Memorial Day, funeral services, just special civilian events, being active and part of it. So the winner of this one, and I'm very happy to give it to Chaplain Jim Hayes from Edward B. Cutter Post 102, Anoka.
Tom Hallett would like to have people representing this post or from the district, please pick up the scouting awards certificates at the scouting booth. Post 57 Chaska, Post 95 Glencoe, Post 149 Morristown, Post 222 Hibbing, and Post 501 Woodbury. Okay, so we don't have Bob Lewis? Okay, should be ready for Lisa or Jennifer. PR report. No, Public Relations Committee report. Not that one. No, your committee report. This one. More fringe benefits, I tell you what, it's on. Eat your hearts out.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lisa Jolin. I'm the PR chairman. And I just wanted to actually introduce you to my committee. We've got Ralph Schneekloth from 1st District and Jennifer Havlick of 8th District. And for right now, I'm going to have Ralph come up and do a little short presentation, I promise, short. And then I'll get up right after that. So thank you.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Privileged and humbled to be standing up here in front of everyone. Greetings to all the national officers and everybody. Commander Kellogg, thank you. Past Commander Ludwig, Marlon, everybody who is in one way, shape, or form is just say, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm going to jump right into this about public relations. Start with General Wood, the commander of the 4th Armored Division in World War II, was asked, because all the armored divisions had names underneath. He says, what do you want your name to be? He says, we don't need one because we're going to be known by what we do. Our name is enough. Our deeds speak for us, and that's what public relations does. Our deeds speak for us. And what is public relations? She wanted me to make it short, so I'm going to roll. As the term implies, public relations requires you relate to the public in some manner. The question is, what is the public and how do we relate to it? Several publics require our attention as American Legion public relations practitioners. Those include, but are not limited to, our members, media, local, national elected officials, and decision makers, local community members, and the public. And PR basically is how we, you, all of us, relate to the public. Depends on which public we're dealing with and what the message is. In a nutshell, public relations is about image. You know, your character is who you are. Your image, you have control of that. You know, and the American Legion has a great character, a lot of integrity in our organization, and where we have the big control is in our image. And every member of the American Legion family plays a role in communicating our image to our various publics. An organization's image is based largely on its character, integrity, and total performance of the organization. It's a composite of the history of dealing with the people, the internal attitude towards the members, external attitude towards community responsibility, and involvement in internal and external publications. In many ways, the public relations function is the most important function at any level of the American Legion, because you can have all kinds of great programs, but if you're not getting your message out to the public, we're sitting spinning our wheels. It is our job to inform, enlighten, persuade, and convince our many publics of our beliefs, events, and goals. Touch on mylegion.org for a second. It's a great tool. You can do membership, communicate with post members by publishing post announcements, newsletters. You can download manuals, submit consolidated post reports electronically. Another way for public relations, and just to stick with the CPR for a second, on the handwritten form at the bottom, there's this thing that says if you have done things in the year and you wish above and beyond what's listed on your reports, please take pictures and submit a narrative to the Department of National, and they'll read through it and look to the National American Legion magazine for submission there too. What an opportunity to get public relations work. District public relations, you know, the PR officer is expected to provide basic services, advice, and counsel. PR officers advise the district commander and officers how their decisions, policy decisions affect the media community and members and the Legion as a whole. Communications, oversee and inform the public and everything about how we work. Public relations promotion, we continue to develop that daily. And, you know, for many reasons, public relations can be considered the most important function within your post, district, or department. Every member is involved in this, whether you know it or not. Public relations has an impact on everything you do at your post, and everything you do at your post will somehow impact public relations. And, you know, we do service first. We're a service organization. It's like, you know, it says in the Bible, faith without works is death. Well, you know what? If we have this great organization with our 4 pillars, Veterans Affairs and Rehab, National Security, Americanism, and Children and Youth, but if we don't continually hammer our message home to everyone, and as much reaches the largest area of our publics as we can, we see the results in that our membership continues to decline. And for certainly not for lack of effort. But all I'm saying is we can dial it in better, continue working together, get educated, train, work together, and move forward on executing the mission of the American Legion, putting Veterans Affairs, taking care of our veterans first and foremost, because that's what we're about. That's pillar 1. And everything else follows with it. And the public relations job is never done. It's a fluid situation always. We at the department are working very hard, diligently to get the word out to as many people. We've touched the social medias, we have print media, we accentuate the writers. They're a great public relations tool, membership tool also. It's just a great, and I'm proud and privileged to be a member of this organization, and certainly humbled to stand up here in front of you today. And before, as I can end this, my sources I used were the PR Toolkit, the Membership Public Relations Guide, Commander's Guide, District and County Commander Guide, Membership Post-Training Guide, and mylegion.org. All the sources are already in-house, printed out. We work together. Don't hesitate to communicate, because that's the biggest shortcoming we have. If you don't want to communicate to us, it's the information age. We're on the website everywhere, here and there, and yeah, but we're there. We need to work together, strive to improve. And with that, thank you. And I would like to have Lisa here for just a moment.
We're gonna take a break right
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
We have a guest. President of the Auxiliary and her secretary, I believe, the two Sandys. We also have the Honorary Northwest Division Junior Vice President. Nope, we don't. Department. Junior President. Jules Hefka. Bryce. Be seated. How you doing?
See, it just gets better and better with time.
Commander Jim, it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey. To you, every member out there, the reason that I got involved with this organization is because of you, the veteran. It's what our organization can do and will do to help this organization be a stronger organization. And before I forget right now, do we have any dual members out here? Please stand and be recognized. We love you. We love you. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. I believe when Jim and I started, we really didn't know what we were going to get into. I do believe that the American Legion family did take some steps to make change this year. I do believe that you, the people, you, the member, are still looking for more change. And it is time, folks, that we move forward, continue to move forward with these changes. As I have been speaking with some of the people, we have to open the door for the younger generation. And in order to do that, and I call myself young yet because I still work full-time. When I'm talking that I gotta take off 3-4 days for a department convention, shame on us that we're not looking at moving it to different dates, like on Sunday, instead of that I had to be here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It should be like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Because many of you sat on an exec board. So there's different things that we really need to take a look at. But I think that we broke ground to make the change. I'm very, very proud of that. I think we did do many good things for the organization. And I cannot tell you, Randy has been awesome to work with. He and Sandy have put things together for us to run a successful convention. He's helped many different times this year. The PR board sat with us, the Legionville board. I can't say thank you enough. So thank you. I'm gonna let Secretary Sandy talk, and then we're gonna let you hear from our beautiful young honorary junior Vice President Bryce. So thank you, thank you.
You know me, I'm not a speaker, but I just want to thank all of you, especially those that came to our party last night. It was a true success. It was a blast, actually. So we need to keep doing that, having fun times, getting out of the holes and coming out and having fun. And then my annual speech is, I am bragging up the American Legion Department office staff. They're a true delight to work, all of them. The girls in the office, and especially Randy, he's now taken it upon himself to find ways to help our auxiliary, find ways to make money, because we operate, I can only operate our office on membership dues. We have no other income. Every other dollar that comes in goes out to programs. So he's working real hard now to help me find ways to make money, and I truly appreciate it. And to the grumbly guy over here, he's the best dance partner ever, let me tell you. And thank you all. And next year we'll have another good party.
I just want to ask if you guys are having a great convention so far. I've been learning a lot over at the auxiliary side, being a junior. So you guys having a good convention? Yeah? Good. It's been a great privilege to be working with Jim Kellogg. It's been a great year, and I remember we were over at Legionville, and there was like a little golf thing or whatever, and I was over there with my little brother, and then he's like, hey, come over here, I want to let you play some golf. And I remember I hit the golf ball, it didn't go that far. And he's like, well, okay, it doesn't go that far, it's all right. And so he just kept telling me to keep trying, and then my last golf ball went out like 2 feet, so. Basically, yep. And I just want to give a little recap on my project. It's over at the Veteran Cemetery in Little Falls in the committal hall. It's the murals in the committal hall, and I just want to let you know that I was able to raise $2,881 towards my project. So Commander Jim, everyone else, I hope you have a great rest of your convention, and thanks for letting me speak. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here today and all that you've done this year. Okay, we'll continue on with the balance of the public relations award.
All right, and I'm back. So I just wanted to thank everybody for such great support and overwhelming, love that I get that we as the PR committee have been getting from everybody. You've been using the PR kits and the iPads. It's really wonderful to see everybody communicating back and forth in the state, and even coming to me and saying, hey, can you post this on the Facebook pages, get this out to all 10 districts. We want you guys to come, invite even up to the 9th district. And it's been really wonderful. So I just want to thank everybody for that. With that, after 5 years, I am announcing my retirement. So, but I'll still be around. I'm just stepping down from the PR committee. I have got a very capable team here, and they have just been wonderful and have gone above and beyond anything I could have ever dreamed that this committee has been able to do. So please support them as you've supported me. They will take this organization, help you take this organization so far. But with that, I have a few awards that I want to give out. Jeez, no crying. All right. So I got each of my people an award here that says Department of Public Relations for Ralph Schneekloth in recognition and appreciation of outstanding service for today's date. Oh, that's perfect. Sounds good. I love it. It's a great idea. This is the same for Jennifer. Thanks. You're very welcome. And a few years ago, when Teresa retired, she ended up giving some awards to Lucas and myself, Lucas Johnson. And Al was missed, unfortunately. It just completely slipped her mind. But he is pivotal within the PR committee. He is our liaison for department, and he does so much work. He helps us out so much, and we needed to recognize him as well.
He's doing 2 cameras. Thank you.
They have been a huge asset. I can't say enough good about our PR people. On the membership side, they developed the square. They brought us up to speed with what other departments are doing. And through their efforts now, I believe in the very near future, every district will have a square with their iPad that they can go out and sign up memberships with on the spot with a credit card. Thanks to your hard work. And they also developed the door hangers that we use at all our revitalization. So give them another round. Okay, with that, we'll start our committee reports and we'll go down the alphabetical list. Okay, prior to doing that, there are some things you need to realize when these committees give their reports. Because embedded in these reports are the resolutions that were brought before this convention. Mr. Welser is going to explain to you the intricacies of these reports and how we can handle the different things we can do to handle these resolutions. So please listen carefully. If you have any questions, there's no such thing as a dumb question. We don't really deal with these things that often. We aren't that used to working with them. So there's some things we can all learn from him. Don, thank you.
I'm going to read to you a couple sentences from Rule 19 of the Convention Rules. They state, the committee's reporting action on resolutions must read all approved resolutions. It is sufficient to report all rejected resolutions by number unless requested by a delegate to set aside a resolution for separate consideration. The way it works is if a committee chair gets up here and reads his report and they either approve or reject a resolution in that committee, and then you go on to approve that committee's report, you have confirmed or affirmed their action and that resolution is then approved or rejected as they did. If you feel that a resolution that they acted on was not acted on the correct way and it's important enough to you to want to have that resolution brought for debate before the floor, sometime before that report is approved, you must stand up and request that that resolution be set aside for separate consideration. Then we will complete the report, move on to the report, approve it or whatever we do without regard to that resolution. And as soon as that's done, we'll come back to that resolution. Somebody may make a motion to approve it or reject it so we can begin discussion. And then the floor will decide whether that resolution gets approved or rejected.
Okay. And any, Don? Anybody want to speak on behalf then of a resolution? There's a time limit on that also, and a number of times that they can speak.
One time, 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay, we will start out in alphabetical order. And Americanism, Art Tobin.
Americanism Committee meeting was called to order at 1:00 PM in the Exhibition Hall, Area A, Mayo Civic Center, Rochester on July 21st. I was elected chairman and Ken Grams was the elected secretary. There were no resolutions assigned to this committee. Is that all?
Move for adoption of the report.
I move for adoption of the report.
You have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Approved. These people who agreed to be the chairs of these committee are all volunteers going above and beyond. And with that, they'll each be receiving a Minnesota American Legion Family Cap for going the extra mile and volunteering to come up and give the report. Yes. Okay. Children and Youth Report.
Thank you, Commander Kellogg. My name is Brenda Severson from the 2nd District, and the Children and Youth Committee met at 1 p.m. and there were 9 districts present. I was elected the chairman and Terry Burris was elected the secretary. There were no resolutions assigned and the meeting was adjourned at 1 p.m. I move to make a motion to adopt this report. Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report's accepted. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Constitution and bylaws.
Thank you, Commander. The Constitution and Bylaws Committee meeting was called to order at 1 p.m. in Exhibition Hall, Area C of the Mayo Clinic Center in Rochester, Minnesota, on July 21st, 2016. Jim Munson was elected chairman and Douglas Wetland was elected secretary. All districts were present except the 8th. Resolutions 1, 3, and 8 were assigned to this committee. Resolution number 1 was recommended rejected. Resolution 3 and 8 were consolidated into Resolution 3, and Resolution 3 was recommended approval. The whereases of Resolution 3 resolved that the mandate of 2007 limiting a Legionnaire to 1 committee appointment be amended to allow a Legionnaire to serve an additional appointment on ad hoc committees only, and if further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the Department Convention in Rochester, Minnesota, July 21st to 23rd for concurring action, and be it finally resolved that this change to the Constitution and bylaws become effective at the close of the Department Convention. Commander, I move for
I'd like to ask to set aside the continuing approval of this. Okay. I had a gentleman request earlier that he'd like to speak on it. He's got a commitment, he can't be here. So please stay on the stage and we'll finish that report as soon as he can return. I apologize for that mistake on my behalf.
Commander,
Employment, excuse me.
Mr. Commander.
Yes, you are here.
LD was supposed to be 47, yes, sir, I am here. LD was supposed to be 47. I would ask that resolution number 1 be set aside for separate consideration.
What's the resolution?
Resolution 1.
Yep.
That had to do with district office.
Give a motion to accept the report except for resolution 1. Get that.
Okay, we need a motion to accept the report with the exclusion of resolution 1. Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
I hear a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carry. Now we will read resolution 1.
Resolution 1, resolved that the Constitution and bylaws of the Department of Minnesota be amended so that Article 6, Section 2, Sentence 2, which reads, "District officers shall be selected annually, who shall assume their offices at the close of the next department convention," be amended to read, "District officers shall be selected annually, who shall assume their office no later than the close of the next department convention. And be it therefore resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the department convention in Rochester, Minnesota, July 21st through 23rd for concurring action." Move for the adoption of the report? Of the
Al, you? Okay, we got a motion and a second. Now we'll have discussion. Al?
Mr. Commander, Mr. Chairman, delegates from the convention, the resolution as presented does have some thought behind it. And I would just like to explain to the delegates before we vote on it, what that thinking was and what the process was. The way the wording is now that district officers are mandated to take office at the close of the department convention. And the thinking is that in some instances, this is not being practiced in all districts. That officers are taking office at different points in their year. And that it does cause some consternation to me personally, because a district commander has been elected, perhaps in May. They take control of the membership cards for the district sometime in June. They have a membership chairman which takes charge of the cards sometime in June. These officers have not been really ratified by anyone, and I wonder about the liability of a membership director who's not been ratified, not been approved having membership cards. The second thing that I want to point out is, I know that all of you are right now looking through your Department of Constitution and bylaws, but we don't have to do that. I'm just going to read this one little piece here from Article 9, organization, where it says that posts have certain officers, and the post may determine and shall select its officers who shall assume office no later than the close of the department convention. So my thinking is, if we're allowing posts to assume office no later than the department convention, why are we mandating that the district officers have to do so? And I know questions have come up. Well, then who's going to be in charge between those two times? And this really isn't an issue, because the outgoing commander still is the delegation chair. All of the information regarding national convention still goes to the delegation chair. Any information now that's being sent to the district, the incoming district commander, is still going to be sent to that incoming district commander. So there isn't going to be that much confusion. It's not going to change the practice. All it's going to do is allow districts who may choose to install their commander and have their commander change staffs prior to the department convention, they do so. And if the district does not want to do that, they still don't have to do it until the department convention. So it's not mandating anything upon anyone. All it's doing is allowing their districts a little more autonomy to act the way that they should, just as we are all supposed to. So I'm asking the membership, the delegates, to vote no and to overturn the decision of the committee.
Yes, the adjutant would like to speak.
Thank you, Commander, and National Vice Commander Davis. He and I have had that discussion, and I furthermore discussed with his staff as to whether it would cause an issue. In reality, he's absolutely 100% correct, as usual. Mr. Davis is very keen on procedures. And Missy, who handles membership, we've been doing that all along. She deals with the new team immediately in June. She starts communicating with the new director of membership at the district level. She begins communicating with the newly elected district commander. And Jennifer, who works with the delegation for here and the delegation's numbers to national. She continues to work with the delegation chair, i.e. the most recent past district commander. So I concur 100%. I don't see where it would cause any issue with staff and the flow of operations at the department. Thank you, Commander.
I recognize the 10th District Commander, Bill.
Mr. Commander, I rise in opposition to what Mr. Davis has to say for a very good reason. And my reason is that we do have a department committees, executive committee that meets, and I would think to provide continuity that the department commander and the district commander should start all at the same time and end all at the same time. All I can see is doing is adding more confusion on who represents who on the department executive committee. You know, we've been doing this for 98 years right now. I don't see any necessity to change. It's working well. It gives the incoming district commander a chance to get organized, get their team into place, so when they're ready to take office, they're ready to go. So I oppose what Mr. Davis has to say. Those are my reasons. Thank you.
Any further discussion? It has been called for the question. All in favor? Does everybody understand where we're at with this resolution now?
Motion is to adopt a resolution to change the Constitution. If you agree with that, you vote yes. If you don't agree with it, you vote no.
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Aye. I hear the nays have it. Vote's ended.
No, thank you.
Call on the Employment Committee. Yeah.
Commander, the Employment Committee meeting was called to order at 1 p.m. in Exhibit Hall in the opulent Suite B of the Mayo Civic Center, Rochester. I, Carl Moon, was elected chairman, and Dennis DeLong from the 5th District was elected secretary. All districts were present except for the 8th District. And Commander, although there were no resolutions that were assigned to this committee, we did have a very engaging conversation for about a half an hour on how to better our communication between the committee, the resources available to us, and what we're hoping to look for is that whoever is the next employment committee chairman and the members of the committee meet with both the Veterans Employment and Training representative from the U.S. Department of Labor and Mr. Finley from the State Department Workforce, and utilize the resources that are available to us that unfortunately we have not utilized in the past, and see what we can do about helping our fellow veterans with their employment. We adjourned at 1:31, and Commander, I move for the adoption of this report.
Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. Thank you. You bet.
Mr. Commander.
Yes, ma'am.
Seems people out here are confused. We're not sure what we yay or nay for on that vote on the resolution. The vote was to vote no if we wanted it.
And the noes had it.
No, to have their report that thrown out so we could discuss whether we want that change or not.
No, you voted specifically on that resolution as stated. Correct, Judge? Yes.
There was a motion on the floor.
There was a motion on the floor right here to adopt it. That was second. We had our discussion, and then we voted to not adopt.
Not to adopt that report.
No, not to adopt. The specific resolution was set aside. We were voting specifically on the resolution. The previous part of that report, which had other resolutions in it, was approved.
Were people confused because I was confused and that resolution came out of my post. I thought we were voting to reject that report.
Commander, point of order, Commander.
Done?
Was there, who made the motion to accept that resolution? All I asked for was that resolution be set aside for separate consideration. At that point in time, it was set aside. The previous report was accepted. So that resolution was set aside. There was never a motion made to either accept or reject that resolution.
Yes, there was.
Yes, there was.
Motion to adopt, right here. And the commander asked for a second. It was made. Then we began discussion with your
Adopt the
comments.
resolution?
Yes.
Yes, the motion was made to adopt that resolution.
Yes.
And it failed.
And I think there were a lot of people who are confused as to what they were actually voting on.
Well, if the motion to adopt the resolution failed, then the resolution is rejected, which what I understood, Mr. Davis, was what you were asking for.
You had a double negative. You had 2 no's. You had a double negative. Let's confer on this for a minute. Please refrain from the mics. Okay, excuse me. I do have the floor, sir. I need a motion from someone then, if you're in question on that, to revocate our action, and we will re-explain and we will revote.
Motion to reconsider the resolution.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. You aren't making this easy, people. Okay, we'll do a show of hands. Vice commanders, please divide. 2 of you take that side from here over. Adjutant, judge advocate, take that side, that over. Go for a show of hands. All in favor of a revote, raise your hand. This is for a revote. Are you comfortable with your seat?
Have a number? 30. We got 30.
Don't do this. Don't do this. I don't know what this is. Do this. Got somebody out there with
Okay, those opposed, please raise your hand.
It's not gonna happen. See if it is. You got eat your next time.
Those are awful big numbers.
Hey, lower your hands. And the nays have it, the revolt will not take place.
That means there's no change in the Constitution. Correct. Bring it up again next year.
It's just starting to get fun, so hang in there. Finance. Listen carefully.
Yeah.
Please.
Good afternoon. Finance Committee met at 1 p.m. in Exhibit Hall F at the Mayo Civic Center on July 21st, 2016 in Rochester, Minnesota. Tom Baru, Robin Petrie, Bill Gady, Ray Desert, myself, Lloyd Kummerow were present. Resolution 6 and Resolution A were assigned to the committee. Resolution A was approved. Resolved that the American Legion Department of Minnesota recommends a $3 increase in department dues with an effective date for the 2018 membership year. Resolution 6 was rejected. The meeting was adjourned at 1:20 p.m. I ask for approval of this report.
Second. Lloyd, Record 6 District Delegate.
Yes, sir.
You set aside Resolution 6 for separate consideration.
Does that take a vote? Yes, it's be set aside. Okay, that has been set aside then by request. Go ahead and finish your report. Okay, move for the adoption. Move to adopt without.
I move for the adoption of this report.
Without.
Without, Resolution 6.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Same sign. It's approved. Now we'll vote on the resolution.
Commander.
Yes, sir.
Meyer, Post 49, registered delegate, district. You have opposing, pardon me?
You have a opposing resolution, you went ahead and set one aside, and then you passed the report, which basically negates the second motion that was set aside. So you've got a conflict here, how are you going to resolve this?
Actually, Lloyd Ricker, since you passed the dues increase, the other resolution is useless anyhow because you've already done it.
If the dues increase has not been passed, we have to vote on that part of it yet.
Okay, I thought you did.
The
What did you set aside? No, we set aside that resolution. Was that one of these? Let's have a vote on it. Oh, you passed it. So it's not. Okay. So it's passed. So the other resolution is here, right? Great. So I think you withdraw it.
Please read the resolution. It's Terry Gross, 157, duly elected.
Yeah, you have to read the resolution by your own rule. You forgot that.
The resolve on resolution 6, that a copy of this resolution,
A. To approve it, you have to read the resolution. You did. By your own rule. You forgot.
resolved that we oppose an attempt for the Department of Minnesota to have a due increase until the department shows a deficit for 2 years or more, not including the one charges or write-downs, and be it resolved that the Department of Minnesota take every step necessary to cut spending, reduce or combine or eliminate committees, review all budgeting cost items, and live within their income, and be it resolved that be forwarded to the Department of Minnesota for consideration and action in its regular department convention held in Rochester, Minnesota, July 21 through the 23rd, 2016. And be it further resolved that if this resolution is adopted by the Department of Minnesota, assembled at its regular department convention on July 21 through the 23rd, 2016 in Rochester, Minnesota, that it becomes effective immediately upon the conclusion of the convention.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. My understanding, your rule, which you said, Mr. Judge Advocate, if you ask for an approval of a report, which includes a resolution, it needs to be read. Resolution A was never read.
Yes, it was.
Okay, you just didn't resolve. Okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm confused. So what I initially got up and said, since you just passed the dues increase, the other resolution 6 is meaningless at this point. What do I do, withdraw?
Make a motion to reject it.
Okay, I make a motion to reject it. You've already approved the dues increase.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
What's the motion for?
The motion is to reject Resolution 6, which is the one that
wanted you to cut and wait.
that he just read the resolve clause of.
Are we clear?
Crystal.
Crystal clear now.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried.
Hang on a minute. Good.
Legislative.
Dennis Kirkland, Warren Post 21. I have a question. What did we just pass? Are we given another $3, or did this get postponed for time?
This is mass confusion. Please answer my question. What do we have?
You just passed a $3 dues increase. Yes.
Good afternoon. The legislative committee was called to order at 1 o'clock in the exhibition hall at Area G at Mayo Clinic Civics Center in Rochester, Minnesota on July 21, 2016. Robert Hart was elected chairman and Bill Barbnick was elected secretary. All districts except for 7 and 8 were present, and there were no resolutions assigned. The committee discussed special session coming up in the legislature and encouraged members to be in contact with the legislators. The motion was made to have the legislative chairman update the district chairman directly. That motion carried, and there was a brief discussion regarding the inability for the American Legion and the UVLC to join. So the meeting was adjourned at 1:25 p.m. And you move for the adoption of this report.
I hear a second? All in favor? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report's adopted. Bob. Membership report. Mr. Lucas. This is the committee report.
Good afternoon, everybody. Are we having fun yet? Okay. The membership committee met at 1 p.m. in Exhibition Hall, Cubicle H at the Mayo Civic Center on July 21st, 2016 in Rochester, Minnesota. I, Jim Lucas, was elected chairman, and Jennifer Havlick of the 8th District was elected secretary. All districts were present. We had 2 resolutions. Resolutions 4 and 7 were assigned to this committee. Discussion was held and the 2 resolutions were combined and passed as Resolution 4. Here it is. Resolved that any members gained through revitalization efforts be immediately transferred and credited to a local post, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the Department Convention in Rochester, Minnesota, July 21 through 23 for concurring action, and be it finally resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to national headquarters for proper action. Commander, I make a motion to adopt this resolution. Report. Oh. Report. All right, I have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report's adopted. Thanks, sir. Oh, I got more. Also, the importance of this district, also discussed in this was district revitalizations were discussed. The use of district iPads and Square to sign up new members was presented to the committee. It was also discussed that there is a lack of identity for veterans who have served Persian Gulf and later. This meeting was adjourned at 1:45. Jim Lucas, chairman. Commander, I make a motion now to adopt this report.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report is adopted. National security, foreign relations.
The National Security and Foreign Relations meeting was called to order at 1:05 PM in Exhibition Hall, Area 1 at the Mayo Civic Center on July 21st, 2016. Gary Olson was elected chairman and Tom Sanders was elected secretary. 9 districts were present. The 8th district did not have a member present. No resolutions were assigned to this committee. Department Chairman Kurt Norberg gave an update from the Department Committee about going to a one-day seminar at Camp Ripley. The committee discussed the enlisted person of the year. They also discussed the joint 2015 fall conference, as well as fundraising for the ROTC and the Civil Air Patrol scholarships. It was discussed that the district donate to the scholarships. Additional discussion was held regarding visits to all reserve units in the state by the districts. The National Security and Foreign Relations September meeting at Camp Ripley is for the district commanders and the District National Security and Foreign Relations Committee. The meeting was adjourned at 1:46 PM. I move adoption of this report.
Got a motion, a second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report's adopted.
Public relations.
The Public Relations Committee met at 1 PM in the Exhibition Hall, Area J, on July 21st, 2016, at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota. Jennifer Havlick was elected chairman, and Teresa Ash was elected secretary. All districts were present. No resolutions were assigned to the committee. Discussion was held about the importance of pre and during event public relations planning. Meeting was adjourned at 1:15. I move this report be accepted.
Got a motion, a second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report's adopted. Energy.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The Energy and Conservation Report. The Energy and Conservation Committee met at 1:05 in the Exhibition Hall, Area E, at the Mayo Civic Center on July 21st, 2016 in Rochester. Joseph Neeson was elected chairman and Dennis Strawberg was elected secretary. All districts were present. No resolutions were assigned. People are more aware of conservation now than ever. 2,380 trees are sold in Minnesota. 1,250 of those donated to Legionville. It seems the primary job of the Energy and Conservation Committee is to promote seedling sales from January to March. Itasca Nursery sold out and a new nursery was selected. The name is North Central Restoration. The Strategic Planning Committee would like to eliminate this committee, they say, to save money. But this is probably the only program the department has that makes more money than what costs them. However, the committee does not approve of this. The meeting was adjourned at 1:25. I move for the adoption of this report.
Second. Got a motion, a second, there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report is adopted. Recreation sports.
Recreation and Sports Committee met at 1 o'clock in Exhibition Hall in Area K of the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota, July 21st, 2016. Larry Pockernich, myself, was elected chairman. Harold Meyer was elected secretary. All districts were present. There were no resolutions assigned. Adjourn the meeting at 1:05. End of my report.
Vote for adoption.
Vote for adoption.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report is accepted. Thank you. Rehab.
The Rehabilitation Committee meeting was called to order at 1 p.m. in the Exhibition Hall of Area L of the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota on July 21st, 2016. Wilson Spence was elected chairman and Bob Locker was elected as secretary. All districts were present and Bob Locker was sent as a replacement for the 10th district. Resolution 2 was assigned to this committee, and a second resolution was also brought to this committee and labeled Committee Resolution 1A. Resolution 2 was rejected. Resolution 1A was returned to the standing committee for revision. The meeting was adjourned at 1:57 p.m. I move for the adoption of this report.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Accepted. Thank you. Bowling report. We need a bowling report. We missed it this morning. Hey, you bet.
The full bowling report is in Legionnaire, so read it. Right now, John will give us the scores. Anybody here, come up and get your trophies and plaques, please. John?
Thank you very much. This year's tournament was in Albert Lee, and I'll just read off the winners real quick. They were from Lansboro singles, went to Blaine Harmon, 797. Doubles were Bob Reiner, John Renix from Springfield, post 257. All events went to Ken Blatchko, 2279 from La Center. And the Legion team this year came from, I believe the center is in the first district? Third district? Okay, they bowled at 2730 line. La Center post 108. Is there anybody here from La Center to take the trophy? Somebody's got to be here. There we go. And remember, next year now, we start February 25th, and we run for 6 weeks. We're only running 6 weeks this year because I can't get enough bowlers to fill all the weekends. And Osseo Maple Grove is hosting it, so make sure you get your membership or your sheets in. They'll be on the website again, just like we did last year by November. I should have a form on the website, so all you have to do is copy it. Otherwise, call me, email me, and I'll get you the form just like I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. So if you got any questions, just call. So thank you very much. We had a great year.
Okay. Resolutions Committee report. Larry Ryan.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, gang. Resolutions Committee met at 1 o'clock in the Exhibition Hall Area M at the Mayo Civic Center on July 21st, 2016 in Rochester, Minnesota. Larry Ryan was elected chairman and Richard Gossi was elected secretary. All districts were present except the 8th. No resolutions were assigned to this committee. The meeting was adjourned at 1:02 p.m. Mr. Commander, I move for the adoption of this report.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say it. Aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Stop. Thanks, sir. Okay. School Safety Patrol.
Thank you, Commander. Good afternoon, all. Yesterday, the School Safety Patrol was called to order at 1300 hours in the exhibition hall, and we met in the L part of the building. We had all the districts were present except for the 8th. No resolutions were assigned to this committee. Jim Blakesley was elected chairman and Eugene Liefeld was elected secretary. Among the committee, we discussed Legionville and the camp after the storms,
and we discussed multiple facets and activities students participate while in camp. The meeting was adjourned at 13:23 hours. Mr. Commander, I move for the adoption of this report.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Report's adopted. That should be the end of the committee reports, I think. Do you have any other committee reports? I don't believe so. Okay, we will move into the final membership awards. Mr. Lucas.
Good afternoon again. This year, it has been a ride for my life. I have learned a lot and made a lot of new friends. I sincerely hope Commander Kellogg is not disappointed on our standings. But with the dues increase to $5 and some setbacks, I think we did pretty darn good. Our goal was 81,000. We renewed or signed 77,257 members for a percentage of 95.38. We as a department have till December 31st, 2016 to get the remaining 3,743 members. But there are some things that bother me, like holding new members from April until the new packets come out. Not only did you cut that new Legionnaire out of 1 year eligibility, but that member now has to wait 2 more years for his eligibility for the hospital program and other programs that the American Legion has. Not doing the job as district officers are supposed to, or going into revitalizations with a quota. The whole idea of a revitalization is to transfer who is paid and working the ones that have dropped out of the American Legion. If you do not do this, we are going to fall. We are going down every year. So this has to be done. You have to work the whole list. Anybody can do easy, like Randy said at the one rally, anybody can do easy, but no one does the hard. And we need to do beyond easy to keep this department strong. I would like to recognize 2 people on doing a great job. Commander Dan Williams and Membership Director Mickey Ostrom of the fabulous 4th District for their 2nd annual year at 100% membership. Every district that did not make it needs to talk to these 2 people to learn how it's done. You just don't quit. Thank you, gentlemen, for working so hard. The commander and I spent many hours plotting and planning and to help all districts achieve the goal the 4th has just achieved. We wanted training through post and districts, and we got them. We had 13 revitalizations. On the training session, some say they were good, some say they were bad, but the majority of the people say they helped and should help them be able to do more work in their posts. Our adjutant keeps telling us anyone can do easy, and like I said earlier, they can, but you have to do more. We can still improve more, We set it up now, and now the new officers that we elect at tonight and tomorrow just need to keep it going. Commander Kellogg, I want to say to you, thank you for this opportunity that you have given me. I learned a lot as Department Membership Director. Adjutant Randy, thank you and your staff for all the help you have given me. And I want to thank all the districts and posts for what they have done for me, and especially all the people that give me advice and leadership this past year. Thank you. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is for Gold Brigade and Recruiter of the Year. John P. Lenvig of Apple Valley Post, 1776, had 76 new members. Would you please come up and accept your award?
Attaboy, John. Where's the other 1,700?
It'll probably never go back in this box. One for Recruiter of the Year and the other one's for Gold Brigade.
Congratulations.
You can talk all you like.
There's two people I'd like to thank that helped me do this and encouraged me to do that. And one is, when he encourages you, Pat Waldron. He lived in my back pocket. The other was Roger Olson, who also has been awarded 2 jackets. And he gave me a lot of good advice. And I appreciate it from both of those guys. Thank you.
Okay, now, this is the first one, Commander. They're all paper clipped together from you.
Kind of fast. Okay, the membership awards. District 1, Roland Hanson. First District 1, the Goose Egg Award and the Pearl Harbor Rally. They will get the certificates plus $75. Okay, the second district. Second district got the Goose Egg Award. They've got a certificate and $25.
Right.
Fourth district. No, we're skipping the third. There's nobody. The fourth district won the Goose Egg Award and the Spring Rally Award. They got the certificates and $75. Plus 100%.
There you go, Mickey.
The mixer.
Okay. Oh, we're done. The 6th district. The 6th district won the Appreciation Rally Award. They got $50 and a certificate.
Thank you.
The 7th district. Huh? Leave it to the boss. The 7th district won the Kaiserstadt Derby Award. They got a certificate of $50. Third district. Now, I would never admit this at any time in any other year, but the 3rd district won the Goose Egg Award, the Fall Rally Award, the Sweetheart Rally Award, the New Member Award, and they also had the most points on the Premier race with a total of 108 points, and they got certificates and $225. Isn't that terrible, Logan?
Yeah, I feel bad.
Now we're doing the checks.
Still number one.
Enjoy that artwork.
Okay, next we paid $2 for every new member. Now, all of these numbers have changed, and I grabbed the wrong sheet, but I got it right here. 1st district, last year had 199 new members. This year they had 207 for $414, which will be given to the post. 1st district, gonna come get your check? All of them. The 2nd district. The 2nd district had 152 members last year. Nope, sorry, excuse me, 138 new members last year, and this year they have 152 for $304 that the post will receive. Third district. Is they in next? I want you guys to listen really close to this. Last year they had 455, nope, strike that. Last year they had 349 new members. This year they had 455, which puts them 108 over last year's total for $910. The 4th district had 98 last year. And this year they have 80. So that puts them a little short, I believe. Yep. Yes. So they had 80 new members this year for $160 that the post will receive. District 5. Last year's number was 85. This year they had 98. And their post will receive $196. The 6th district last year had 450 new members. This year they had 366, and their post will get $732. The 7th district last year had 132. This year they have 109. Their post will receive $218. The 8th district, last year's, their number was $128, or 128 new members. This year it's 89, they will get $178. The 9th district, as of a week ago, now, I'll tell you in a minute. Last year, they had 144 new members. This year, they have 149. And their post will receive $298. District 10, last year had 331 new members. This year, they have 307. And their post will receive $614.
Way to go, Peterson.
All right. The next thing we have is the Heavy Haulers Award. If you remember right, my program was if they made one or more on new members signed and got over last year's goal, each membership director will receive $50. First district, they are over. Lester Shantz received $50 as membership director. The 5th district, Ray Iden was over, and he received $50. The 2nd district, Mike Schaefer was over, and he will receive $50. The 3rd district, like I said, had 108 over, so Mike Maxa wins $50. And the 9th district membership director, Eric Wilkins is now over, so he will receive $50. Now for the final award, Commander Kellogg come up with this. It was called the Hidden Safe Award. It is paid out to the district membership director who leads his post to their district in winning the most rallies. This year's winner is Mike Maxa of the Thundering 3rd District. Mike receives $250 for his hard work. And for all you people that got all this money, you're buying a beer? No, not really, but we expect you to take your money and put it towards your projects in your district, or hopefully you do. Thank you. Commander, that's my report.
Hang on. Got a little more.
Tab 5? Fabulous 5. 5 vice commanders. Fabulous 5 or 5 department vice commanders. Come up. Where's Ronnie? Ready?
John?
Slow down.
I made a deal with these gentlemen down in Indianapolis. Whoever ended up high at the end of the year
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
gets a $100 bill from me. You, I've got plaques for all you gentlemen. For all your hard work you did this year on membership, John. Thank you. Don? Thank you.
You gonna do a group photo down there?
Yeah, we'll do a group, we're done.
Bird.
Been fun. Art? Daryl? Jim? Thanks. Come over here, we'll get your picture.
Can we move that box?
You bet. We gotta probably squeeze it in a little bit. Move up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Give these guys a hand. Mr. Lucas. You know, Mr. Lucas is he's a take charge man. And I'd like to visualize some things. And in your case, I have something that I think you can visualize well to the future. He's a man that takes charge. In the country, we call it taking the bull by the horns. And he did. Okay, that completes our membership awards. We'll move on into nominations. These gentlemen return to their station. Thank all of you very much. Your hard work is very much appreciated.
Thank you, Commander. And as the membership award recipients are making their way back, I want to take this a point of privilege and talk about training for a couple of moments. We talked about training in front of the DEC last night quite extensively. And we talked about the days when there was regional training, and we asked how many went to that regional training over the years and who enjoyed it. And we talked about training at the department level in Allegiant College that used to be put on by our good friend, the past department commander out of Forest Lake, and along with several other people, Cliff, and a lot of hands went up, and they talked about how they learned a lot at that training. Then the next question, one of the questions I asked was, who in the room is a seasoned leader because of that training? And just about everybody that had their hand up has either been a past department commander or a past national, something or other. You've held high positions because of the training that you've taken. And I think it's evident that training is, you know, when I stood up here and did the thing, later on somebody come back up and they made the response, okay, who's awake after Randy's presentation? Right? Because that's how training is. Training is sometimes boring. Sometimes training is hard to sit through, but there is never a doubt that training helps us become better at what we do. And I think it's time that we look at, and I commend Commander Kellogg and Jim for creating, under the auspices of membership, what did you call them? Membership awareness campaigns for the family in 3 different parts of the state. And the finance committee, you know, said, okay, we'll call that a membership event. And it was training in disguise, and there was learning that was going on. And the vice commanders, as you see up here during the year, were engaged, and they actually did some work. And my hat's off to Commander and the membership team. And I want us to all think about training. We don't like going to training. Once while we're sitting there and we're watching the slides, we're hoping it gets over soon. But the fact is, we learn from it, and I think we need to embrace that. All right, roll call for nominations. The year is 2016. We will start with the 6th district. Districts will be called upon, and they will have 4 options: to nominate, pass, yield, second, and we will continue to go back through the process until we've all heard the district's choice. Roll call for nominations for the high office of Department Commander for the Department of Minnesota. We are beginning with District 6. District 6, what is your pleasure?
Dwight Collins, 6th District Commander. The 6th District asks the Chair to recognize Ray Zerby for the purpose of making a nomination.
Shall I call it up? Chair recognizes Ray Dessert.
Commander Jim, delegates and guests. One of the important choices we have to make at this department convention is electing our membership team for 2016-2017. One of these choices is the leader of this team, the department commander. But prior to the election of the department commander, we need to ask ourselves some important questions. 1, who do I want to represent the American Legion and me when it comes to protecting our flag from desecration, even though our legislators do not agree with us? 2, who do I want to represent the American Legion and me when it comes to reminding our politicians that veterans' benefits must be maintained? And 3, who do I want encouraging, supporting, and advising our posts in getting through the difficult economic times a number of the posts are facing today? With these issues clearly in mind, we need to elect a commander who has strong communication skills, strong interpersonal skills, and a vast knowledge of the American Legion. I have a great candidate who has all these qualifications. It is my honor to place in nomination Denise Milton of Bagley Post 16 for the high office of Department Commander for the American Legion year 2016-2017. Denise has earned her eligibility through her service in the United States Army Reserve during the Vietnam era, Desert Storm, and enduring Iraqi freedom, and has been endorsed by her post in the 9th District. In addition to being a key leader in her post, Denise has served the district and the department and national organizations on various committees and capacities, as you can see in her brochure. There's an old saying that really applies to Denise. When you want something done, ask Denise. I ask for your support for Denise Milton for Commander for the American Legion year 2016-2017. When you vote for Denise, you vote for a dedicated, hardworking, professional Legionnaire who will serve you to the utmost of her ability. Thank you.
The 6th District nominates Denise Milton. 7th District.
Mr. Commander, we request that Chair recognize Don Pancake for the purpose of nomination.
Chair recognizes Don Pancake.
Thank you. Richard H. Wagg has been proudly endorsed by the Spicer Post 545 and the 7th District at their annual convention held in May of 2015 for the office of Department Commander 2016-17. Richard became eligible in the American Legion by serving in the U.S. Army 1959 to 1961. With 18 months in Germany, Richard then joined the Minnesota National Guard, serving 28 years faithfully. 12 of those years, he was Command Sergeant Major.
Richard has faithfully served in many positions and committees at the Spicer Post 545, including commander for 4 years. In the district, he served in numerous positions, including district commander 2011 and 12, and district judge advocate, district vice commander, district membership director, and many other positions. Richard proudly served as your district chaplain 2013-14, and again, that office he currently holds today. He is also secretary of the Strategic Planning Committee. Nationally, he served on 2 terms of the national, serving currently on the 2nd term of the National Americanism Council. In his community, Richard is a 50-year active member of Calvary Lutheran Church in Spicer, a member of the Wilmer DAV, Chapter 34, chaplain for the Spicer Legion Riders in the 40 and 8 of Wilmer Bleacher 1413. Richard is a 47-year member of the Fraternal Organ of the Eagles, Wilmer Area 2334. Richard served 4 different times as the president and also as district president in 2006 and 2007, and was then inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame in 2011. He's been employed by Henry's Foods for 47 years as a sales representative. And he and his wife, Cheryl, have been married for 52 years and have 4 sons, Edward, Scott, Troy, and Jason, 13 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. But Legionnaires, the heart of this is that real leadership requires vision. And vision, by definition, is a view of the future which cannot be proven at the moment of utterance. That makes it no less important. Leadership not be perfect to desire support, but a good track record in the past is the best guarantee of the future. Indeed, Richard has a good track record. In talking with Richard's past commanding officer, he stated that Richard was the soldier's sentry, always looking out for his troops, yet his men always excelled in the mission they had to do. He was known as a great leader and will be a commander who will inspire and influence the American Legion family in the future. Today, let us set our sets high as I, Don Pancake, past commander of the Minnesota American Legion and a delegate to this convention, nominate Richard H. Waugh for the office of Department Commander, and I ask your support.
The 7th District places in the nomination Richard Waugh. 8th District.
We second the nomination. No, sorry. The 8th District would like to nominate Wilson Spence III for... We pass, let's do that.
The 8th District passes. 9th District.
The 9th District proudly seconds the nomination of Denise Milton.
The 9th District seconds the nomination of Denise Milton. 10th District.
The 10th District passes.
The 10th District passes. 1st District.
1st District passes.
1st District passes. 2nd District.
Second District seconds the nomination of Richard Waugh.
2nd District seconds the nomination of Richard Waugh. 3rd District.
3rd District passes.
3rd District passes. 4th District.
Fourth district passes.
Fourth district passes. Fifth district.
Fifth district passes.
And fifth district passes. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
We have a motion and a second. The nomination cease. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.